Hi, and welcome to the setup video of our project. We'll be going through on how to install the project as a whole. Okay, and let's get right to it. So first, you will need to download first Node.js, and if you're using Windows for for this project, then you would have to download the LTS version in the Windows installer. Okay, you follow through with that, and then once you're done with that, then you have to make sure that you download Visual Studio Code. Okay, you do the same thing. You do the version for Windows. Then you have to download. If you're using Windows, mind you, this is only for Windows. You would have to download the Java 11. Okay, the 11th version. Okay, there's different types of Java. There's Java 8, Java 11, Java 17, Java 18. You want Java 11. Okay, so once you do that, then you download this would be for Linux. Okay, with the Windows installed, you would download this one. Okay, once you're done, you also want to make sure that first you have a GitHub account. This is where the repository will be housed. Okay, and then to make your life easier, just download the GitHub desktop as well. All right, then you want to make sure that you have access onto the project. So whoever is in charge of the project, you would make sure that you contact them. They add you onto the project itself. Okay, and then, oh wait, this is the wrong project. Let me get the right project. This is for anxiety and stress management. Whoever's in charge of the project, you go to settings, you go to collaborators, and you would add their name right here. Okay, as of right now, the person that will be in charge will be Liane, which is the product owner. Okay, from that, once you have access, then you can actually open up your project, and then you can actually clone the repository. Okay, we want to clone the anxiety and stress management. And once you clone it, you will be good. Okay, you also want to download the Android Studio. Okay, and you would download Android Studio. This is for Windows, okay, and this is to run the Android version of this project. Running the Apple version requires you to have Xcode, and we have it set up, but we've gone so far deep into the project that we started to just working on the Android version, and then we want to finish with this first. Okay, that being said, you need to do a few other things. Okay, we know right here that we have the repository, okay, in which the project is housed in, but we want to do a few configuration systems first. So we go to Explore, okay, we go to control panel, users accounts, then we go to user account, and we want to change my variables. Okay, here you want to do a few things. Okay, here you want to add your Android home, okay, which is going to be the same exact path. The only thing that you will be changing is going to be your user name. Mine is Fanta, as I will show you right here. This window open. If you go to your this PC, you go to local disk, users. This is going to be the name of the user that's going to be replacing right there. Okay. And then if we go right here, we can see users Fanta, and then it's going to be the same directory. You're going to add new, and you will be able to add it right here. Okay, make sure that it's the exact same, this one. Okay, then you're going to add this one, the Java home. It's going to be the exact same. So for example, let me show you how to find these files. Okay, so again, we go to local disk, this PC, local disk. Okay, then we go to, for this one, we want to go to program files. Okay, and then we want to find a file that's called Java. And finally, we want to click on the Java version that we have. Right now, the latest one as of this video is Java 11.0.15. I have 14, and that's okay. Then you can click right here, and you can copy this path onto the value for this directory. Then you want to add a few more things. You want to go onto the path, right? And it's going to open up this window. And you want to add, just like it is right here, you want to add Java home, percentage Java underscore home percentage / bin. Okay, then you also want to add this one. This is going to allow you to connect from Visual Studio Code to Android Studio. Okay, it's going to be the same path, just change Fanta. Okay, and let me just see which other ones do I need. And that's about it. You don't need these files. These files download themselves whenever you install Node.js. Okay, and that is about it. Okay, once you have those, you're gonna do the following. You're gonna open Android Studio. Okay. Second. All right, when you open Android Studio, you will be prompted with a home screen, which let me see if I can get it. Project. Okay, you will be prompted to this screen. Okay, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go to the SDK manager. Okay, from here, you're going to select this option, Android 11R, and you're going to click on show more packages. Okay, you're going to click on the following tabs. You're going to enable Android SDK Platform 30, sources for Android 30, as well as Intel 86 Atom 64 system image. And you're going to enable the Google API. You don't need to enable this one, but you do need to enable the Google API Intel 86 Atom system image, this one as well, and these two as well. Okay, so just to recap, we need this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. Okay, then you click on apply, it'll download them. Once you finish downloading them, then you go to the SDK tools. Okay, and you're going to enable Android SDK build tools 33 RC3. This number could vary, the 33, but just make sure that you enable that one. The Android SDK command line to the latest, Android Auto API simulator, Android Auto Desktop Head Unit Emulator, Android Emulator, okay, Android SDK Platform Tools, the Google Play APK Expansion Library, the Google Play Instant Development SDK, Google Play Licensing Library, Google Play Services, Google WebDriver, and then if you're using an Intel, processor, then you would enable the HAMX installer. Okay. Otherwise, if you're using an AMD installer, then you would enable this option. Okay. And that's about it for now. I do have to update these, so I'll let them update in the background. Okay, and it'll show you. You do need about, I want to say, 5 to 15, just 15 gigabytes, just to be sure, to install all of these things. They will take about 5 gigabytes, and the emulator itself would take about, I want to say 10 gigabytes. Okay. So you do want to have space for that. So let this download real quick. Also, now that we have this thing downloading, then we can open the project in Visual Studio Code. Okay, and all of these instructions have been placed on the README file right here, both for Android and for Apple, for iOS, sorry. And here are the options. I will go over all of these. Okay, and I've already gone through a lot of them already. So this is for the installation for the iOS system. You would say iOS setup, and then you also have the Android setup, which is this is exactly what I'm going through today. Okay. So once you have these downloads done, which they're almost done, okay, you will focus on opening a new terminal. So you go to terminal, you open a new terminal. Okay. And you would do the following command, which if we go right here, okay, you would do npm install. Okay, so let me cover, this is very important. Let me cover this part. Okay, I added these two nodes right here, which you do not, I repeat, do not use them unless you have to. This will upgrade the version of this whole entire program to its latest, meaning the React Native CLI. Okay, if you update the React Native CLI, you also have to update the React Native. This will cause your app to crash if you do not know how to fix it. Okay, so do not do these. Okay, instead, once you do npm install, okay, you will see a new file called node modules on your left side. Okay, you do not touch these. Okay, so this will take some time. In the meantime, let's make sure that these downloads are also done. Okay, we see that our npm install has already finished, and this has been done too. So we click on apply. Okay. Once you're done, you will test that this is correct by running an emulator. Okay, as you can see, the emulator is 12 gigabytes. Okay. Once the emulator start, the emulator will start at 5.3 megabytes, and then once you get it running, it'll run all the way to 12 gigabytes. Okay, so you do need space for that. You click on play, and you will be starting the virtual emulator. As you can see, this is what you would see. Mind you, again, all of these instructions are here, even for troubleshooting, because there are some times that you're going to see you're going to run into some problems. Okay, so that's that. In order to create a new emulator, you again go over here, you click on Virtual Device Manager. This will take you to this window and you can create a device. Okay, you use the Pixel 2. Okay, and you want to download the R version. Remember that we downloaded the dependencies for this version only. Okay, and this is one of the most stable ones. Then you go to 86 images, and preferably I would use this one. You can also use all of them, but remember that this one does not have the Google API, so you would run into some issues. Okay, but preferably to cover all the errors, I would use this version. Then you click on next. Okay, and you would just run it just like this. You will click on finish and you run it, and this is what you get. However, sometimes you do need to change the graphics to software or hardware, depending on if it doesn't start, you have to do some troubleshooting. Again, the instructions are in the README. Okay. Now, once you have your emulator running, that's it. You don't have to worry. You can leave this open or you can close it. I'm going to leave it open for now. Okay. Once you have your node modules installed, then you're going to run the following command. Okay, you're going to run npx react native start, or you can do npm start. It does the same thing. This will open up your Metro. Metro is basically it keeps task as to what's happening in your app, and this will tell you what's going wrong, if it built successfully, if something didn't pass. Okay, you can press R while the app is running, and then this will reload the whole app, or you can press D and it will give you some development options. Okay, so now open up a new terminal aside from the first one, and now we're going to run this command: npx react native run Android. Or what I do npm run Android. It does the same thing. Okay, so now this will run your project, and this will open up your emulator. As you will see, the first time it will take a long time to run. It has to make sure that all the dependencies are correct, the project is up to date, the node modules are working. Okay, so there is a chance that you might run into an issue. Okay, this will take some time. So, okay, so that means that the app just restarted properly. Okay. Now, some troubleshooting. While this installs, I want to run through some troubleshooting. Let's say that someone worked in a different branch and the update got committed to, this is all supposed to happen, by the way. The update, let's say somebody's working on a different branch of the project and everything got committed and pushed to the main branch, the main project. As we can see, we are in main right now. Okay. Here's the thing. If you update main, the node modules folder will not work. I repeat, the modules, if you update the project, your node modules folder will not work. This is because the node modules are dedicated to each machine. Okay, so if you're pushing a new set of code, that means that the node modules, there might be a new dependency that's going to be installed, meaning that the node modules will not work. For this case, you would have to delete the node modules. And again, you would have to do npm install to basically have a new set of node modules. Okay, that is one of the most common ways to troubleshoot this project. Okay, this is something that you're going to have to most likely run into at some point in the project. That said, I do want to mention that this is a working project, but it will not work essentially for the iOS version, mainly because the Firebase, the database that is connected to this project, is not set up for iOS. So if you were to run this project on an iOS and you do the whole entire installation guide, chances are the installation guide is going to be correct. But because the Firebase is going to be getting in the way, okay, you are going to have to create a separate main folder for the iOS. Again, I repeat, let me just give you an example. Main right now it's under Android. Okay, so you would have to go through these branches and find one that does not have the Firebase connected to Android. For this, you can see some videos online on how to connect a Firebase to the Android project. But because of that, we have left some of these versions, and I believe they're the first few ones. Okay, like sign up, and I believe like the first branch and so on, so on. Here, adding pages. I believe this one is the one that does not have the Firebase yet. Okay, so if you want to run this on Android, you have to go into a version of this project that does not have the Firebase set up for Android. And then you set up the Firebase for iOS. Okay, that being done, you create another set of branches. You can use the same code if you want after that to set up like the component and all the little things that that this project has. For that, you would go to assets. Let me see. You would go to assets. Let me see something. Oh, sources. Sorry, components. You can add all of these after, but you have to make sure that the version for iOS is running properly and it's not running into the Firebase for the Android. Okay. That being said, everything should be working properly. We can see that everything's running properly. It's taking some time to download. And then, let's see. That's about it. That's pretty much all that there is. I'm just gonna wait till the project downloads properly and then I will stop this video. Yes, so all this documentation, it's in the README. If you have any questions, you can contact someone previously to the team and they will help you out on setting up the project. Not so much setting it up, but maybe like troubleshooting it. And once you have done all these steps, you would see that the project will start building. And essentially you would run into the main screen. And that means that your project has been successfully built. And also you would have a message that is successfully built. If it's not successfully built, please follow up again on the troubleshooting right about here on the notes. Okay. And there are some things that if you don't run into any troubleshooting, don't attempt any of these. Okay. If you do have a problem that says, oh, your emulator did not want to start. So for that, you would go to Android Studio. Let me just open up Android Studio. And you would create a new emulator, basically. If the previous emulator got corrupted or there's some data that does not want to load, you just simply go right here. Okay. And you basically delete it. As we can see right now, we're using this emulator. Okay. This app is persistent, so that's why it locked me right in. But if I want to log out, I could log out right here, and here's the app. That concludes the installation guide, and thank you for watching.